Hi, my name is Willie Minix. I'm the author of Mandolin Dead Man's Tuning series of books. So if you ever want to learn how to play the mandolin, those are the go-to books, but they also work great for the ukulele. In fact, any four-string instrument can be tuned into that tuning. But today we're going to be talking about the ukulele in standard tuning. Now, I have just a regular soprano ukulele with me, and we're going to start by talking about how to tune it. The ukulele is actually tuned to these notes. The first note is G, and I have a regular chromatic tuner. You want to make sure when you buy a tuner, you buy a chromatic tuner rather than a guitar tuner, because a chromatic tuner will tune any note and a guitar tuner only tunes the notes that are in standard tuning for the guitar. But this will help you tune to anything on the ukulele. This is a Korg tuner. I've had it for a long time. It's a great tuner and I highly recommend it. It's the CA1 and I think they have a new model out now. But anyhow, when you turn it on, your goal is to tune your first note to G. And as you tune, notice I'm a little bit flat right now, and that's the red light on this side is what's lighting up. So what I have to do is I have to tune my ukulele. On this side it'll be counterclockwise to make it sharper, and on this side it'll be clockwise. So I'm tuning up until I get to the G. Now you notice both lights are lighting, but as I get closer, pretty much just that green light will light. Then I move on to the next one. Well, that one's pretty close already. That's a C, this is an E, and then finally I go to the A. So from bottom to the top, we have G, C, E, little sharp, and A. And that's how you tune your ukulele into standard tuning. When you hold a ukulele, it's a lot like holding a guitar or a mandolin or any other stringed instrument, a banjo even. But typically when you hold the ukulele, you want to hold it out in front of you to where your hand is at basically a 90-degree angle. You don't want to hold it to where your hand's kind of kinked or you've got any kind of strain on your wrist. You want to keep your wrist nice and level to where it's pretty much relaxed and you don't have any kind of pain. There are a couple ways that you can strum a ukulele. You can use your fingers. You can use a pick, like a guitar pick or a felt ukulele pick, or any number of other picks that are out there. And you can also use different parts of your fingers. So like for this part, I'm going to explain to you two different ways that you can strum using your fingers. If you want to try this way, you also may want to grow your fingers out just a little bit so you can back strum and forward strum. But this way is using the backs of your fingernails, or using the back of your finger where the fingernails are, to strum the ukulele. So basically what you do is you curl your hand up and you strum across the strings using your fingernails. Now that's great for down strums, and if you have longer fingernails you can up strum too, but notice I don't have very long fingernails, so when I strum up I tend to use the pads of my fingers. Now if you find that it's aggravating to you to have a different down strum sound than it is to have an up strum sound, where the up strum's a little more muted because you're using the flesh part of your finger, you may want to use a thumb strum for the down strum and an up strum with your finger. So what I'll do sometimes is I'll strum down with my thumb, I'll strum up with my first finger, and then I get a pattern kind of like this. And sometimes you kind of find that you switch a little bit, so you may start one way and switch to a different way as you're going along. And there's no written rule that says you have to do it one certain way. So those are just a couple different techniques that you can use. I'm using one of my own Dead Man's Tuning picks, but usually on a ukulele you'll find most people will use a felt pick, and the felt pick actually kind of has a very similar mellow tone that your fingers might have on the ukulele. But also there are times when you're playing somewhere and you want to get that extra volume, so you might want to try using a some kind of a pick. Now you have thumb picks, you have finger picks, you have flat picks like this, there are thick picks, round picks, there are all sorts of different types of picks that you can try. Some people, like Brian May from the band Queen, used a coin that had milled edges for his pick. So you can experiment and try lots of different types of picks to see what you like the best, but the technique is going to be very similar for most of your picking. Most people, when they use a pick, they have a pick between their first finger and their thumb. They keep their hand very relaxed. Now here's the thing. You want to have the pick basically to where when you hold it, you kind of don't have a death grip on it to where nobody could ever take it out of your hand, but you're holding it to where if you give it a good jerk, it would come right out, but you do have to give it that tug. It just doesn't drop out. So that keeps it from going anywhere. When you strum, a lot of times with a pick, you have the option of picking one string at a time. But the nice thing about using a pick is you only have one thing that you have to control, and you can either go down or up or alternate and play arpeggios or something and pick different strings with that one pick. So again, a pattern that I'll use a lot of times when I pick is something simple like this. So again, I'm Willie Minix. I'm the author of the Dead Man's Tuning series, and here I am for TakeLessons.com, teaching you how to pick, how to strum, and how to use good technique when you're playing your ukulele. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.